Welcome back to Lehigh River Subdivision. I'm Ian and this is layout update number 12. Before we jump into the layout update, I just wanted to take a quick moment to give two shout outs to both the winners from the contest. Dwight Kerley, I know he's reaching 200 subscribers, so if you haven't seen his channel, go ahead and go watch some of his videos, comment, and subscribe to him. Maybe we can get him over 200. And Mystic Southern Railway, he is close to 100 subscribers, so if we could go, if you haven't watched his channel, commented, or subscribed, go ahead and go give him a look, and maybe we can get him over 100. And with that being said, we're going to get into the layout update, and we're first going to take a look at some new rolling stock. Okay guys, we're going to go over some new rolling stock to the Lehigh River Subdivision. So first up is this diesel engine. It's an SD80 Mac from Cotto in the early Norfolk Southern scheme. So these usually, I think, were phased out and into the Horsehead scheme around 2008, 2009, somewhere in there. But I've always been a fan of the SD80 Mac, and I wanted one, and I found this one. So I went ahead and purchased it. Next up is this is a Fox Valley Models Golden West Service boxcar with the patch for the cotton belt. Next up is a Katy. It's early micro trains when it was still Katy. This one, Illinois Central 40-foot boxcar, because I want to get a collection of 70s rolling stock for my Delaware and Hudson Alco, and eventually later I plan to get some Lehigh Valley Alcos that they had made. Next up is a smooth baggage car for the Erie. This is a Rapido. It's a really nice car. It's got the smokestack up top. Just some nice details on it. A lot of detail down there. The trucks are really detailed on the Rapido car. Overall, nice car. Next up, I purchased this off eBay, and I think I only paid $12 for it plus $4 shipping. So that was a good purchase. It's a Micro Trains heavyweight 78-foot Pennsylvania Railroad heavyweight coach. And then the last one that I haven't showed yet. I mean, you've seen these passenger cars in videos, but I haven't shown them yet. And this is the Pullman heavyweight observation car. So I got that to put at the end. So I throw these three on with the Erie heavyweight coaches to make a passenger train, along with the hand-painted Lehigh Valley coach I did. So that's the new rolling stock, and we'll move on to some other things that have changed on the layout. Okay, in the last layout update, we started working on this Cato bridge. I did put out another video just on detailing this Cato bridge and weathering this small piece of track here. After that, I went on and weathered the next section of track from there to the next bridge, which that's where the curved bridge goes in. When I weathered this, I went ahead and put this DCC feeders in for this section of track right away. So I just got to drill them down through the foam and down through the table. That way they're weathered in to the track. They're right here, and you can't even tell that they're there. So that was the weathering project, and I'm happy with the way that came out. I just got to switch to a different clear coat because I was using Mod Podge clear acrylic and matte, and that looks glossy to me. So I'm gonna have to get a different gloss matte to use on this project. But I started cutting pieces of foam out here to get an idea, because I do want to have the tunnel here. So what I'm gonna do is, I have these two pieces and the top lifts out. I'm gonna finish the inside with sculpt and mold to make it look like rock cut, because you're gonna be able to see in both ends and see through the tunnel because it's such a short tunnel. So I want to detail it on the inside, just because you're gonna be able to see into it. So with the top piece, I'll take the sculpt and mold up to the top of the foam, and then with the top piece, I'll mark the underneath where the tunnel goes through. So I'll show you, that'll be right, I'll mark it there and there, and then on the other side, and I'll get the radius, and then what I'll do is sculpt. I'm gonna cut this out some to have more clearance, and then I'm gonna put the sculptor mold in to make the rocks on the top, and that way I can finish the bottom part and then just set this on. I'll have the gap where this foam meets the foam, but you shouldn't see that gap when you look in, because it will be dark, but it should give the appearance of a completely finished tunnel. So that's the plan there. And you can see I started shaping for the river, so the river is going to flow down, and this is cut out for bridge abutment to fit in to this section of foam here, and then it's going to flow down around here and then out underneath the river. So here I'll have to put in some small pieces to fill to the bridge abutment once I do that, and I got to do tunnel portals for this. Just going to do those out of foam as well. The tunnel I'm trying to represent has smooth poured concrete, so that'll be a really easy tunnel portal to replicate. So that is where we're at with that. And coming over here, we have the curved bridges. I found out looking underneath, there's clips on the track part, 2 of them. So if you squeeze them, you can push them off of the girder bridge. So that's going to make weathering this a lot easier than the last bridge. And I'm going to go ahead and make wood decking for these bridges as well. And then the only thing I got to do is weather that white pin that locks the bridge girders together. And then those go into the pier. So I'll paint those so they don't stick out like a sore thumb. And the nice thing about that popping out is if you wanted to use this with different track, you could do some customization here for different deck, or lay track maybe right over the top of it. But I just wanted to say that you can take that out, because I didn't know that and figured it out looking at the bridge the other night. So that's where we're at with the layout, and by next layout update I hope to have more shape here and some bridge abutments and tunnel portals. And I'll probably make a video when I do work on those projects. Like I've said, I plan on showing the bridge abutments, maybe not the whole process, but stopping to look at it through the whole process. So that's where we're at, and I'm really happy with the way things are starting to shape up here in the gorge.